Still say she looks like Ivy from Soul Calibur 2, the fighting game, and like Karu Nagisa from Evangelion. Everyone here has tried solving it on their own, yes? Kyrie asked the room at large, and everyone wordlessly nodded back. Here we have 4 people who have inherited the blood of the one who made that riddle, and each has tried solving it on their own. That doesn't sound very efficient, does it? True, we've all been greedy and tried to go it alone. However, we've already reached a decision about how we'll split the gold up if it's found, and about acknowledging Niki, as the successor, though you demanded quite a lot in exchange. I wonder if we can solve that epitaph if we pool our efforts and work together. 2 heads are better than 1. And here we have 7. Today we reached a general agreement about the inheritance problem. Why not take a shot at the epitaph for a bit of fun on the side? Nice idea. Let's give it a try and call it a break. Ridiculous. Of course there's no hidden gold. Take it easy. Just think of it as a game. Let's have Goda-san bring us something cool to drink. We can take a break and all play with riddles as a big, happy bunch of siblings for once. Oh, well, the night is long. It would at least be more productive than pointless inquiries into father's health. I'll ring up Goda-san. He can bring us something. Let's have tea and sweets. Oh, and a map of Taiwan. Two shadows could be seen in the rose garden arbor. It was George and Shannon's secret meeting. I want you to take this ring. To George-sama. I swear to love you all my life, not just now, while we're young. I swear to love you and keep you happy until we get old and go to our graves. And are there any lies or exaggerations in your words? No, not one. I'm confident in my resolve to love you and build a happy household together with you. And what would this happy household be like? Well, it will be full of happiness. We'll have a house with a car and a yard and 1 dog. The yard will have a vegetable garden. The kids will run around and we'll smile down on them from the balcony. That's what our typical future Sunday will look like. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. What? Those 2 are going out? Shh! Why are you so damn loud? Maria, wake up! I see. So that's how it is. Now that you mention it, they seem to have a pretty good mood going on there. That's right, we're about the age where you fall in love. We've changed a lot in the last 6 years. George Nissan used to be a bit unreliable, but he isn't anymore. That's what I thought. George and Nikki's got that air of dignity thing going. But still, Shannon Change and George and Nikki, that's a bit unexpected. They played together often enough 6 years ago, but I didn't think they were that close. Well, 6 years is a long time. These 6 years have been huge for all of us. Yep. A lot happened to me these 6 years, and to be honest, I've forgotten almost everything about Rockenjima. And I'd forgotten almost everything about you, too. Now that really hurts. Talking together like this, it felt as though we'd been teleported 6 years into the past. 6 long years, so long that I forgot almost everything. And yet it's coming back to me, bit by bit. Shannon Chen, 6 years ago, you were part of our group, and we played together a lot, didn't we? Back then, I think I might have liked Shannon Chan. That was the age when we were all overly self-conscious in love with love. Bittersweet memories of joking involving melodramatic, flippant words. That takes me back. And again, I've mentioned before, an author can always go in whatever direction they want. It's their story. but I've already expressed in previous videos my differing interpretation of this story. But again, it's the author's story. They can write it however they want. And as the fan, I can enjoy it however I want. I think I remember saying all kinds of stuff that I'd be way too embarrassed to say now. Yeah, just remembering it is making my face go red. Hee. Shannon might be a scatterbrain, but her memory's incredible. Guess I'll just have to ask her about all your dark, embarrassing history. Quit it. That was 6 years ago. The statute of limitations has gotta be up. I see, so Shannon Chen is going out with George Umineko. My take on that is that that battler, I had to struggle to remember his name for a second for some reason. Saying that everything was flippant like that was him just covering and saying, oh no, it's not that serious, and basically it's like, yeah, I don't want to make a big deal about it. I'll say stuff to be melodramatic, wasn't a big deal. It's like, but it's like, no, it was a big deal. It just like at this point, he's like, yeah, it's not going to do any good or help anybody to admit how this stuff is. I'll just take my step back. What am I thinking? Could this be jealousy? And again, that's the thing. I've already explained before in previous videos, several videos, how I really feel about this. But again, based on what I've said before, like I said, I'm pretty sure he meant every single thing he said, but we had all those additional things going on. And now at this point, it's like, when he said this stuff, he didn't mean the thing about it being flippant. It's more so he's just trying to deflect. I didn't really think about it until now, but that thing Shannon Chan and I had back then was probably my first love. Well, it's not like I have any right to be jealous after forgetting the whole thing until we met again. And again, like I said, author can write their story however they want. It is their story. But as a fan, I can enjoy the story however I want. And, above all, I am very appreciative of the author for writing such a wonderful story. Both Higurashi and Umineko. Everyone knows that Dad's hometown was Taisho in Taiwan. He still chews arake nuts from time to time in memory of that place. Apparently he got hooked on that instead of smoking when he was young. But there must be several rivers there with sweetfish swimming in them. It has several mountain streams that are famous sweetfish fishing spots. Anyway, you could probably find sweetfish living at anywhere the water was clean. We're completely stuck. Maybe it was just some nearby creek Father played in as a kid. He said sweetfish, but maybe we're looking for something more like carp. Or it could be some sort of metaphor. The river isn't necessarily a river of water flowing through it. What do you mean by that? Well now.